Good morning, everyone. I am Jen in Denver, Colorado, and you are on Asia Power Huddle today. While we are waiting for people to come in, I just wanted to open up the door here. Look at me fiddling with myself. I just wanted to open up the mics a little bit and let's all just talk about our concerns, anything we've got going on in the market right now, any questions, anything that's weird that's happening. For the first 5 minutes, as people jump on, maybe let's, just talk about some issues for a minute that, you guys might be having. How do I say your name? Is it Shorini? Are you even available to get on the mic? Okay, Jody, do you have anything going on?
I do. Just the same old though. Nothing exciting.
Nothing exciting? No issues have come up with your with our transition into the new, space. I am not seeing really any changes, except for maybe attitudes, right? Like the way people are handling things, and I think we all need to start treating each other a little bit better.
Yeah,
In the industry. Yeah, are we going to feel any of that?
I was just in an ethics class yesterday, and I was just thinking to myself, it's amazing that we're required to take ethics. It's for a reason, right? Because people are not ethical. So it was good reminders.
Yeah, that was a pretty interesting conversation that I had actually yesterday, because our board dues are due on October 1st. And this has nothing to do with the rest of the country, but our MLS was just sold. And so I was like, what's going to happen in Denver? Of course, I'm a believer that we should all partake in the protection of our industry. That's just me. You guys can believe anything that you want, but I think we should partake in the boards and the national and the state realtor associations, because I don't think there's anybody else looking out for us in the world. And I also think that if we don't, and we don't have some sort of standard, we're going to have a little bit of an issue coming up soon. But then again, I am old. I could be archaic, right? I'm trying to go with the flow. So yeah, I am right in the middle. I just do all mine online anymore because I can't go and do my stuff. So yeah, I'm right in the middle of my ethics. But yeah. Anybody else have anything going on in the market that you think is funny or strange, or any questions about while I let people in? Yes, no, maybe. Sherry, I'm going to put you on. How are you today? I don't know if you can even hear me, but.
I'm so sorry. I'm having issues with my technology, but
No,
I'll get there.
no worries, no worries. I'm just giving everybody a minute to tell us what they see going on in the market. Do they have any concerns? Do they have any issues that they need help working through while I let people in?
Oh, okay. It just seems like people are maybe on hold, or I'm not really sure though. I'm working on a listing, and it's just been delayed. So, and that's just something different. And then the commercial side is not coming together either. So I'm just trying to find, I'm just trying to find properties, for different clients, and nothing's coming together. So I'm new too. So I'm just learning.
Oh, that's okay. Welcome. Yes, I feel you too. I think I have legitimately 15 homes in the pipeline, and we're going through all kinds of different things. One person is an elderly person that, is having to go to a retirement home, and they wanted to fix their house up, and that just takes forever and ever. Have another divorce out in the plains, and it's 80 acres. And I'm like, you guys got to get this house on the market before it snows. And that house they're trying to clean up. I have some that need renovations. I have some I have one that's a disaster out in Aurora that I need to probably do a cash offer on, or a move first, buy later sale. But, it seems like, yes, I agree with you, Sherry. Even after the amount of years that I've been in the business, it seems like lately, and I don't know if it's what you focus on expands, but lately, a lot of the properties that we're dealing with have some sort of delay to them. So that is not just a new agent thing. That is, I think, across the board. So, yeah. Thanks for bringing that up. That was kind of an interesting thing. And it sort of segues into my next topic. In the news, there is, I'm sure that if you're in real estate, it's coming across your TikTok, it's coming across your Facebook. They're talking about how there's 10 cities in the United States that are predicted to have a major price drop. Well, I don't know if I agree. Denver is, I think, the number 10 on the list. There's cities like Salt Lake, Phoenix, San Diego, Las Vegas, Washington, Miami, Boston, Chicago. Oh, and I think San Diego. So, yeah. Is anybody here in those towns besides me? I'm in Denver. No,
I'm in Washington.
You're in Washington. You're pretty close, huh?
Yeah.
So, I would say that a lot of that has to deal with, and I don't know about your particular town, but I think a lot of that has to do with just affordability in general, right? So you're coming into a city, you're purchasing, and then the next thing you know, you're there for 2 years and your property taxes go up. And then your insurance, your yearly insurance on your house goes up. And the next thing you know, you're paying $500 more for your house than you did 2 years ago. I think that is what we're experiencing here in Denver. However, yes, our inventory levels are up, but what they fail to talk about on any of these reports is our inventory was so severely low in many of these towns, right? That now we're just getting back to almost normal. We're not quite a buyer's market here. We're still sort of a seller's market, but we haven't broke the inventory levels to where we're going to start seeing price drops yet. And I think the news is failing to educate the public properly, like on that. Anybody else have an opinion on that they want to jump in on? Yeah, maybe. And if you've never been on one of my calls, I love it when people talk. I don't, mute you to death, because I feel like we don't grow and we don't learn unless we, interact here. To me, my calls are more of a mastermind for agents, right? Okay, so nobody has anything to say about that. That's what I think is going to happen. I think the rates are going to continue to come down. Buyers are going to start re-entering the market. There's a little bit of election, worry happening, and people are kind of waiting to see what's going to happen with the election and how that affects their real estate, moving forward. There's a lot of chaos, but it's like that every election year. So just hang in there, guys. It's going to turn. I think it's going to be for the better in 2025. At least I hope it will. We have to, what we focus on expands, right? So, okay, next topic. I was invited to a conference of lenders, and it happens to be a conference that had 250 of the highest ranking loan officers in the United States. And they called me last week, and they only gave me 24 hours to put together a presentation. But they called me and they said, hey, look, there's a disconnect between real estate agents and lenders and perceptions and feelings and all of these. And I'm sure you guys have felt this before, right? So they called and they said, hey, can you come and talk to us about what real estate agents need from lenders? And so, in 24 hours, I asked a lot of top producers what they needed. And I also talked to the lenders about what they didn't like. And does anybody on this call want to guess what the number one thing is that lenders don't like about agents? Now, this is a pretty easy answer, but if somebody could jump in and tell me what they think that lenders don't like that agents do.
Maybe not.
Come on, Sherry, tell me what you think.
Maybe not communicate with them enough. I'm not sure.
Okay, so I'm just going to tell you. So the number one issue that lenders have is, I've said it a million times, I've said it a million times again, they don't want us quoting rates on social media posts because we are not licensed to do so, right? And there's so many factors that go into an interest rate, right? So I said to them, look, guys, that's the number one thing that consumers are following, and they're asking their real estate agent. And so if you don't like that we're posting rates, then do me a favor and get with your realtors and send them a video that is co-branded that they can share on their timeline, and do it every single week, so that not only do we have scheduled posts, which keeps us relevant, right? But we have one scheduled post a week that has to do with what the consumers want to know, and make sure it's not boring, right? If you want to get with us and do it with us, that's even better. But if you're so worried about agents talking about rates, then just one that's branded to us, and so that we can put it on our social media so it comes from an actual lender. Not only does that increase the ability for us to hand you off to a consumer or a client, right? But it gives us both market knowledge, and it makes us stand out in the community. Anybody have anything to say about that? What do you think, Jody?
I think that sounds awesome. That would be a great post. People would love it.
Mm-hmm. And so, like my lender committed to me that starting next week, he was going to send me a video or ask me to come into the office. And it doesn't even have to be the rate, right? So if you wanted to go in with your lender, by the way, you could go in and you could do a video on rates for that week, right? You could do one on kitty condos if your kids are getting, how many of us have people in our sphere whose kids are going to go to college next year or who are in college? Well, one of the best ways for them to build equity and save on housing is to purchase what is called a kitty condo. And that can be a house in which they live in it, the kid lives in it and rents out 2, 3, 4 of the rooms. It could be an actual condo that they have a roommate with, or it could just be a condo that they have on their own, right? Or a house that they have on their own. So what happens is I'm getting off track, but that the parents and the kids buy it together, and it builds that child's equity, also saves them, gives them something that they can write off, right? And instead of just giving a college a whole lot of money, now you're building your child's future. So you could do something like that. You could do something about the differences, in point buy downs and concessions, and you're having a conversation with your lender. So that's just a 1-week post that I think is really important for the people who are following you, right? But it also keeps you safe from putting something online that you're not licensed to do. And I see agents doing it every week. And I'm like, don't post that. Don't post that. You don't have the license to post that. So I think that's one of the big takeaways that I gave them, and they committed back to their top agents that they would do. I also sent them a list. And I'm still collecting these, by the way, because I'm the only real estate agent that they've invited to their group, which I think is funny. But I am still sending them things not to do. So part of my presentation was, 10 ways to lose your agent in 10 days, and 10 or an hour many days. Do you remember that? How to lose your agent in 10 days was my title. And the first one I had on the list was call us to meet for coffee. Don't call an agent and ask them to meet for coffee, right? How many agents get, if you want to raise your hand, I guarantee every single person on this call has had a lender call them and ask for them to meet for coffee, and because they're going to increase our business, right? How many times have we heard it? I just said, if you want to buy an agent coffee, go buy them coffee and drop it off. And don't ask them to spend any time with you. Just build the relationship. I'm fine. Happy hours. I said, stop taking us to happy hour. It makes us lose our, yeah. Shoini said, Shoini, am I saying that right? Or Soini? I don't think she can jump on the mic, but if you can, correct me. Sohini. Okay. Yes. I said, stop taking us to happy hour, because you know what happens when we got happy hours every single night? We lose focus and we don't get those things done. There is an agent at EXP. Her name is Wendy Goss. I'm not going to try to act like I know everything about her life, because I don't, but I do know that she's married to a man on the railroad, and they get up at 3:00 every morning. And what she does is she gets up at 3:00 every morning, and she uses that time after she makes her husband lunch. She uses that time to work on her real estate business. She calls it quiet hours. So that is the number one reason why she is increasing her business tenfold in 1 year, in my opinion, right? She has time to learn new websites. She has time to learn street tech. She has time to learn all the different tools without the phone calls coming in, right? She's also one of the best recruiters that we have at EXP, because she has that extra time in her day. So that was another point. Don't go to happy hours if you can avoid it. And anybody else have anything they don't want them to do? Oh, communication was a big thing. Of course, that was the number one on the list. Making sure that the funds were there, read it, in time. But we know the funds have been ordered and we're going to close on time. That was another big one. Anybody else have anything to say about lenders? What they like and they don't like? I'm going to open the chat. I always miss it.
I was going to add to your original comment about what lenders don't like about the rate stuff. And what I do occasionally, I don't know if I've done it on the brochures and whatnot, is I always have the lender have some kind of flyer or social media post about the rates, and then I post that. So, they get their spotlight. And then I also am answering that question on what's going on in the, mortgage industry or with
That's exactly what I would tell everybody on this call and every other agent I know to do. Have them put it together and have them give it to you. And now we're co-branding on your site, on their site, and it just makes more sense, right? Okay, so other things that are out there. So it was on a big call last night, a mastermind last night with some top producers. And what always amazes me about this business is how we fail to get back to the basics, right? We're always chasing the golden nugget. We're always chasing the brand new thing. And though we need to be predicting what is going to happen in the future, if somebody will remind me in a minute to remind you what you do need to do, by the way, remind me. But we as agents are always searching for the next great thing, the one thing that's going to make our business explode, right? Like Facebook ads 5 years ago, then Instagram, then TikTok, then YouTube. And we're all expected to be experts on these subjects. And what actually happens is we start getting burnt out because we're hearing all of the noise, right? We're hearing that XYZ is so good at YouTube. Alex Mayer, the best in the world, by the way, it has 200 Google reviews. We hear that, Alicia has 200,000 followers on TikTok. And so what we do is we start getting lost in the weeds and we start getting lost in the noise. All I'm going to tell you, number one thing in your business that you should do is go back to the basics, right? Do you have a basic formula for your business when it comes to social media posts, right? Are you posting with your lender on Wednesday? Are you posting reviews on Tuesday or whatever day it is? Are you posting property videos as they come in? Are you doing a community ad once a week? Hey, guilty, I don't. But that is what is going to happen over the next 60 days is you are going to start seeing consistency in my business. That is getting back to the basics is probably the most important thing you can do with any part of your business. Hi, Alex. How are you? Oh, he's on a call. Herb is here. He's out in LA. He's another top producer that we have on the call. Hi guys, welcome. So we were talking about a few things today. We were talking about the top 10 cities that they are predicting will fall in price, and I don't believe they will. Then we talked about the lender conference that I went to when they asked me to talk about what agents want from lenders and what agents don't want from lenders. I had a lot of feedback from some pretty great agents and presented that to them. And as a result of it, we've discussed that one thing we should be doing once a week or once every 2 weeks is posting with our lender or having a lender do a video for us that can be posted on our social media. That way it keeps us out of posting what rates are, and it shows that we have a business relationship, and it gives validity to both us and to the lender. So that was the other follow-up that I had for today. And yeah, anybody else have anything they want to talk about? Those are I go through things pretty fast. So, hey, Jody, jump in.
So Jenn, you mentioned do the lender post on Wednesday and then Thursday, like a community post, Friday, do like a home tour. What do you think Monday and Tuesday would be good for a social?
Well, one of the things I'm implementing is inventory homes with the builders. I had a large local builder call me last week and asked me to come and talk about what they have. And so now I have 3 communities that they are asking me to go to do some videos on, right? So I'm going to go and probably take a videographer and just shoot the models. And then every week, the community managers are going to start sending me a list of inventory homes citywide. So everything from Fort Collins, Denver, Castle Rock, down to Colorado Springs, and even Pueblo, they're going to send me a list of what they have available and what the incentives are for them. So I can post that once a week. That's a great thing to do. Then on I don't know what day, but pick a day and then have your lender, send you a video. I suggest video over just a static of what's going on in the market, what rates, like when they're expecting the Fed to fall or when they're expecting, or like the one that everybody exploded 2 weeks ago, the rates fall, but they didn't fall for mortgage, right? And so we had thousands of agents jumping online saying that the rates fell, it's time to buy, but that wasn't true. Rates actually went up, right? So that's another one that should be with your lender and you should be doing once a week. Reviews. I saw somebody tagged one the other day and they called it Tuesday Reviews Day. That was kind of cute. So I think if you have reviews, one of the things, here's a little tidbit that I was told that I believe. If you take like Rate My Agent or So Tell Us or whatever, and you post those links to your Facebook page, it's going to suppress your algorithm. But if you take the review from So Tell Us, Rate My Agent, whatever it is, and then you copy it and you throw it into a Canva format, and then you post that onto your page, your organic and whatever rates go up, right? You will get more traction from just taking that post and putting it into Canva than you do if you post the link. That's just something. So I would do like reviews on Tuesday. Another thing is I would jump on, like one of the things I think I need to do without being negative is talk about a challenge or something that happened in my real estate business that week, right? Well, we were negotiating a $1.2 million house, and, this is the third time we've done this, and right in the middle of the negotiations, the buyer was laid off, right? Or solar. Solar's a big one right now. The biggest solar company, I think, is in bankruptcy. And so it's really hard to sell a house that has at least solar right now. So how would you work through that? That would be a great topic that you could do like on Thursday or on Friday. Another one is if you don't have any listings, take a listing from your brokerage and post it, right? Like run an ad. Make yourself look relevant. I think property posts show that you are in the business and you are selling. I think that's the simplest, easiest thing to do as a new agent, especially. And even if you're, an established agent, if you are showing that you are relevant and you are in the market, people are going to start giving you a call. One of the things that I am probably going to post this week, maybe next week, is I have a bunch of off-market listings recently, and I've never done off-market listings in my entire life. I don't believe in them, but every once in a while we have circumstances. And at the very beginning of the call, Sherry was talking about how our listing supply recently has been challenging, right? So I have, like I said, out one, and I have next to Lyman in Colorado, 79 acres. It needs a lot of work. So I'm either going to throw it onto an auction, or I am going to put it in a, cash offer program for, 2 to 3 weeks before we put it on the market. I will put it off market sale onto Zenlist as well. I have one that's right in the middle of Denver, gorgeous house, little tiny bungalow. And on that street, there are 17 homes that have been scraped and rebuilt, and they're selling anywhere from $1.5 to $3 million. So I think a video driving down the street and then showing the golf club and showing the park, that might be relevant content that people would want to see. So get back to the basics, start getting out there, and then make yourself like this is what I'm posting on Monday, this is what I'm posting on Tuesday, this is what I'm posting on Wednesday, right? And there's so many other things. Like you could put all your properties, everything that you sold in July or August or whatever, and you could put them on a, 9 grid sold, right, by Sherry, or you know what I mean, or sold by Jody. And by doing that, you're making yourself relevant. Make sense? Anybody else have anything to say? All right. Well, I will see you guys in 2 weeks. I love the open forum concept. So if you are going to be on my call in 2 weeks, please think of something that you have a question about. Oh, hey, how are you?
Hey, how are you? I was listening to you. I love this when you're on, and I was just walking my dog. So we were listening to you as you go. So excited. I love the ideas about the lender and getting that on video. I do a weekly newsletter that I send out, and I'll include like a video of me, but talking about what's happening, whatever. And then, but I like featuring the lender and what's happening, especially right now with rates, because that's a big topic.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So I think I talked about most of that before you jumped on today, which is totally fine. But I did say, let's have, if it's rates, let's have them talk about it. If you can meet them at their office and do like 4 videos at a time, do it. If you can't, whatever, just have them send it to you, especially. But if you can go and meet your lender and say, hey, let's just I need 3 or 4 videos for content so that I have something each week. If you're not going to update, rates and nothing happened. So I said, talk about kids are going to college, do a kitty condo video, like how they can build equity from their youth. Talk about, point buy down, talk about the differences between, the big one that, you guys have heard me complain about a million times is the builders sucking you into these 2.9, 3.9 rates when you're putting 20% down and they're trying to put you in an FHA loan with an FHA funding fee. Why are we doing this, right? So that's another great video to do. There's so much content that doesn't have to be boring with a lender, and it adds relevancy, and it adds market expert to your social media, right? It's best known beats best, guys. Best known beats best. And the more content you're putting out that's good, the more your phone is going to ring. So, thanks.
Yeah, 100%.
Now I got bangs, by the way. Has nothing to do with this call. So I'm from black hair to white hair to this color hair to bangs in 7 months. So I'm surprised anybody even knows who I am anymore. So anyways. Well, it looks like a nice day in LA. It's starting to get cold here. Starting to get really cold. I'm not really happy. I think I might need to move and go join all the expats in Costa Rica or something. But all right, guys. I hope you're having a great day. I can't wait to see you guys in 2 weeks. And, in 2 weeks, I will see if I can get some other top producers on here and we can give you some even better tidbits. Hope you have a great day.
Thank you so much, Jen.
You're welcome.
Have a great day, everyone. Bye.
If you'd like more information or to get connected to the Agent Power Huddle, join our free Facebook group. This call was designed for the agents in our EXP organization, but open to any agent from any brokerage. If you're a guest and you're interested in learning more about EXP or our specific resources within the Agent Collective, reach out to the person who invited you to this call to get more info. Produced by the Agent Collective Media Network.